Coming up on Hey, I saw that on the internet.
He was shot in the face, head, stomach, ankle, leg, hip, and ear.
From the people who brought you My Little Pony, Magic the Gathering, and the Devil Osama Bin Laden toy. Bradley, what did you... Hey, I saw that on the internet this week.
So I kind of figured we'd do like a little lightning round episode, kind of like
Let's do it.
last time I presented something.
Sure.
So we're going to start with a guy named Alan Mcilwraith. Okay.
Alan...
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I should probably start. The theme of my Wikipedia articles this week are all a little loosely tied to military.
Interesting.
So we're going to talk about two military figures.
Okay.
And then we're going to go through three of my favorite military operations. Okay. Okay. So first off, we're going to start with two military figures. There's a guy named Alan Mcilwraith. So I'm going to read to you a little blurb about Alan Mcilwraith. This was from an article posted to Wikipedia on October 5th, 2005.
Okay.
Captain Alan Mcilwraith is a British Army officer currently serving in the Scottish TA, Special Forces, that's in the article, Special Forces. Trained Captain Mcilwraith is no throughout the military world as a man that can get things done and thought of as a hero that the United Kingdom and NATO can look to in times of trouble.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is, again, as I said, this was from a Wikipedia article from 2005. And the reason I specifically timestamped this one is because this is a really interesting place in Wikipedia where the Wikipedia article is kind of the story itself. He had an entire page on Wikipedia. According to that Wikipedia page from 2005, he was served in NATO chain of command. He was advisor to the Supreme Allied Commander Europe, General Wesley Clark. Best known for risking his life when his company was attacked. He was given many awards. There have been rumors that Mcilwraith stopped an act of terrorism in the heart of London, but these rumors are denied by both the British government and Captain Mcilwraith alike. However, he was awared the CBE for services. Oh, yeah, awared the CBE for services in the United Kingdom.
Not awarded?
So, no, not awarded, awared.
What
So you might notice this is a mess. This is an absolute mess of a Wikipedia page.
Yeah.
Full of errors about the heroic acts of Captain Mcilwraith. The reason he wrote it, and he was also not in the military. Yep. He also uploaded a picture of himself in a military uniform and medals. I assume we can somehow display this, but yeah.
We will be displaying that.
He uploaded this picture of himself. This is fake. It's not real. He worked at a call center at the time. Yeah, this like immediately got kind of taken down by Wikipedia. They like somebody else put up the article. Like they were like, oh, another account put up the article, but then Mcilwraith's account made all the edits to it and like put all the information in it. So this guy just like got found out by Wikipedia pretty quickly. Like, yeah, there was all kinds of things. He like pretty much tried to make it seem like he was just some high-ranking military hero. But he wasn't. He made public appearances as this hero. The National Children's Home Charity invited him to the Women of Influence Awards at the Barony Halls. Celebrity Magazine #1 carried a picture of him, which was captioned Lady Shona and Sir Alan Mcilwraith, showing him wearing the dress uniform. So this guy just like made all this stuff up, snuck into some award shows for charity.
What in the world?
And just like ran with it. He just was he was eventually outed as what he was doing by a tabloid newspaper. He's never served in the military. He's worked at a call center. They followed up on him a few years later, and he had found a new career. You want to guess?
Working at a Subway.
Close. Working as a magician.
That's funny.
Same thing. Yep. Which, like, it's all about fooling people, I guess.
Yeah.
he did apologize. He was like, yeah, it was lies. I did it for publicity, whatever. But then
Did it for my Storm Chaser reality TV show.
no, nothing. He didn't like capitalize on it in the same way. He did, however, pass himself off as a millionaire property tycoon like 2 years later and resurfaced for that. He was claiming to work for an agency that housed asylum seekers and denied passing himself off as a student and said that the stories of his latest tall tales had come from students getting confused after too many drinks. The paper also claimed that he had asked students for disclosure documents and taken their national insurance numbers and other details after duping them into falling for recruitment forms. So, yeah.
Oh
he
my
was,
goodness.
Like, kind of caught scamming people.
So, like, he
2
was,
years
like,
later in 2000.
doing the equivalent of like stealing their social security numbers.
Yeah, I think that's what a national insurance number is. A fundamental component of the welfare state. Yeah, so.
Sheesh.
Yep. So, not great. He was also, like, when they were, like, outing him for this, like, when the guy was investigating him for this, he was wearing, like, striking blue contact lenses. I'm not quite sure what that means, but, like, obviously false eye colors that, like, didn't look anything like anything real. Yeah. And he was, he was kind of caught in the act pretty quickly. I'll read another direct quote from him. He stated, "I have been trying to recruit people for the company I work for, but I have not been trying to do anything other than help. It's true that I asked one girl about getting disclosure, but I was genuinely trying to help her along too." So he says, like, I was doing legit stuff for a company, but I had no idea.
Huh.
So those are the 3 instances. Nothing I have heard about of this guy. I don't think he's popped up since 2009 when this scam stuff was coming out. But it looks like, I have no idea if any of this is true. I have no idea if he scammed anybody or not.
Weird.
It was just, these are the 3 instances. So the first one was him writing his own Wikipedia page to get clout, and that kind of working. I didn't realize it was that big a deal in 2005, but apparently.
You are a somebody if you have your own Wikipedia page.
Yeah. Keeping on the theme of military,
Mhm.
I'm going to bring you to another guy. This guy is named Adrian Carton de Wiart. I think I'm saying that right. So you don't know this guy?
Nope.
You probably shouldn't. I'm not going to talk about him too long because it's not quite funny, but he is incredibly interesting and incredibly important. And I'm going to read you one sentence that is pretty hilarious.
Okay.
So he was a military man, lived from 1880 to 1963. He served in the Boer War. I don't quite know what that is, honestly, but Boer War, First World War, and Second World War.
Jeez.
Okay, so he had a very long military career. I'm going to read you. Okay, so I'm going to quote something directly from Wikipedia here. He was shot in the face, head, stomach, ankle, leg, hip, and ear. Was blinded in his left eye. Survived 2 plane crashes. Tunneled out of a prisoner of war camp and tore off his own fingers when a doctor declined to amputate them.
What?
Yep. Yeah. Randy, he describing this is the other sentence. This is all like the introductory part of his Wikipedia page. Describing his experiences in the First World War, he wrote, quote, "Frankly, I had enjoyed the war," end quote.
Oh my
He
god.
had a pretty good time. Sounded like.
I mean,
yeah.
getting shot in the head will do that to you, I guess.
Yeah, I can go through like everything that happened, but again, like you hear it all at once, it's pretty funny, but you hear them in like their own little bubble, and it's like, oh, this guy's just like a hero. Like he just saved people's lives. He was a very interesting person. He was actually like towards the end of his career, he was entrusted by Winston Churchill to go to China as a representative. This is the photo we should probably put up of this guy. That was the one that shot him.
Kind of looks like the villain from Solid Snake.
Yeah. The link to the thing was like, yeah, this guy had all these injuries. Also, he kind of looked like a pirate. And
Yeah.
I feel like that's a little like reductive of somebody with an eye patch here, but yeah, this man was pretty metal. highly recommend looking into him more.
All right.
He's an interesting fella. How do you think he died?
Fell down an escalator.
You're very close.
Am I?
Yeah. Coming downstairs, he slipped on coconut matting, fell down, broke several vertebrae, and knocked himself unconscious. Actually, but then it says he was admitted to a hospital where he was treated. I don't understand Wikipedia's retirement and death. Oh, that might have just been why he retired. It doesn't say why he died, I don't think. It's really confusing because this is the section retirement and death.
There's
I
no
think
chance
he might
he's still
have,
alive, right?
I mean, I wouldn't say there's no chance, but he was born in 1883.
He'd be really old.
Yeah, he'd be 140 something, right?
Yeah.
So those are our two people. Now I'm going to tell you about some really interesting military operations.
Okay.
So first off, we're going to talk about Project A119.
Okay.
Maybe A119.
This is like Lilo and Stitch, like Project 313.
Yeah.
Is that what Stitch was?
Yeah. I wonder what the A1 through 118 was, like there were in
Lilo and Stitch.
the series.
Yeah.
How they had all the other numbers come out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did they actually have every number? Probably
No,
not.
I believe it or not, I don't think Lilo and Stitch the series made it to 626 episodes.
Oh yeah, 626. That's what it was.
Experiment 626. Stitch. 625 was the yellow guy that made sandwiches all the time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I liked him. He was cool. Made sandwiches all the time.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, Project A119. Okay. Also known as a study of lunar research flights.
Ooh.
All right. So, lunar military operation. All right.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think? It was in 1958. What would the military be doing on the moon in 1958?
When did we go to the moon? What year was that?
That was 62, I want to say.
I want to say it was early 60s, right?
Oh, 1969. It was late 60s.
Late
My bad.
60s.
Yeah. I don't
So
know. I
in
thought it was
58?
69, yeah.
What were we doing in 58?
Mm-hmm. Well, how would we be studying the moon? What do you think?
Through a telescope?
Our top scientists, our top scientific minds were thinking about what is the best way to get more information on the moon, what it's made of, that kind of thing. You're thinking telescope?
They hired a electrician.
They were going to blast a nuke at the moon. Yeah. They were literally planning on shooting a nuclear missile at the moon to just make stuff come off the moon, like to
And
just
shoot it back
like,
at Earth?
Yeah, just to be like and like look at it through a telescope
Oh
and be like,
my gosh.
that looks like extra nitrogen in that mushroom cloud.
That probably would have been a bad idea.
I'm really glad that we just landed on the moon instead of doing this. But
Yeah.
this was like a top secret.
Wait, did they actually do it?
No, we didn't do it. It was like a top secret plan. Apparently the Soviets were planning something similar, but that came out later.
Man, that Cold War.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Yep. It was canceled in 1959.
They're like, we'll just take 10 years and we'll fly to the moon.
No, they were afraid. They were afraid that it would somehow something unintended would happen and would put the population of the Earth at risk.
Oh, yeah. I mean, like, because the moon, like, does something with the tides, right?
Right. Could you imagine just like blowing up the moon and the moon just like raining down? And I was like, well, who could have seen that coming?
Who could have foreseen this?
Yeah. So yeah, that one didn't happen. I don't think any of these military operations ended up happening. Okay. So the next military operation that didn't end up happening is called Antonov A40.
Okay.
It's the I think it's Krylaya Tanka is what it was in Russian. It was a Soviet plan. A prototype of this was built and tested in 1942, but was found to be unworkable. The name literally translates to tank wings.
Tank wings.
Yep.
Like flying tanks?
Yep.
I feel like that almost defeats the purpose of like. It's so goofy looking.
Yeah.
It's like got the treads.
Yes.
But like the first airplane wings.
Yep. They didn't want to just put tanks onto gliders like everybody else was doing. They're just like, let's put the wings directly on the tanks. They were planning to just fly them, land them on airfields, and then just drive them as tanks. I'm guessing they would have taken the wings off. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah,
I'm
I don't
thinking-
think they were just planning on dropping them into battles, but still, they were planning on making.
That's what I was
fly.
thinking. It's like, all right, deploy the tank planes, and then they just like fly out from their at sea base and land wherever. And oh my gosh.
Yeah. Actually, that was Oleg Antonov. That was his plan. Actually, was to actually land it on airfields. He was planning on flying it into battles. The cradle was planned. They had like a cradle around it as plan A, but he was just like, let's just attach wings and land it on the battlefield and get going.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that was his.
It looks so big though. I can't
Yeah.
imagine it fits through like a city street.
Yeah, due to the lack of a sufficiently powerful aircraft to tow it at the required 99 miles per hour, the project was abandoned. One more for you. One more
Okay.
project. One more
Okay.
military thing for you. This is a more recent one. This is from 2005 to 2006, somewhere in there. It's called Devil Eyes. This was a joint effort by the United States Central Intelligence Agency
Okay.
and Hasbro.
And Hasbro. Was it like another Ouija board? Or like,
Not quite. The plan was to create and distribute an action figure in South Asia.
okay.
It was an action figure. Osama bin Laden, right? Yeah.
What?
Yep. Yeah, so it was an action figure of Osama bin Laden. It was a 12-inch lifelike figure of bin Laden whose face was printed with material that, when heated, would peel off to reveal a demon-like visage with red skin, green eyes, and black markings.
What in the...
Yeah, so the...
Wait, but
plan-
where were they distributing these?
South Asia.
Why?
I don't know. The goal was to, they were trying to, like, it was all about trying to scare kids and just be like, give the kids against Osama bin Laden by being like, oh, I know Osama bin Laden. He's that demon thing.
That's so weird. Because, like, did South Asia have beef with the Taliban? I have so many
I
questions.
know. Me too. I guess technically the Middle East is in South Asia. It's next to South Asia. Yeah. Afghanistan is in South Asia. I didn't realize that. But
Oh, yeah. Well, I was thinking that as the Middle East,
yeah, I do
not
too.
South Asia.
I do too. That's why I was.
I guess they're bordering each other.
No, like apparently, Afghanistan is. South Asia consists of the countries Bangladesh, Bhutan, India, Maldives, Nepal, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, with Afghanistan also often included.
Oh.
I'm surprised by that. I don't know why I thought it was Middle East.
I always thought of like South Asia as like India.
Yeah, I would have. Yeah, I would have thought of it like India.
But that's also like West Asia.
Yeah.
I don't know
it's-
my geology.
I don't. I don't know. This astrology stuff's a little beyond me as well.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell a quick personal story. So when I was in elementary school one time, we had to label our continents,
Mm-hmm.
and like they gave us like, oh, cut out all the names of the continents, stick them on this blank map, and I like had missed a lesson or something apparently, and I
Okay.
just didn't know them. I just didn't know my continents, and I had this quiz on it, so I'm like, well, I don't. Again, this is like third grade me, something like that. I'm like looking at it and I'm like, I don't I don't know which one is Africa and which one's South America.
Oh.
So I put them on the same one as a guess because I'm like I'm a kid and I'm dumb and I'll hedge my bets. And again, third grade I knew nothing of geography. I don't think I even put anything on Europe. I don't.
No one lives here.
It was really bad. I think I might have gotten like Europe, and I think I might have put Europe in like South America, and I think I got North America right, and that was about it. And it was really bad. I very much failed this geography thing. I don't think I got a single continent right. And then my teacher like called me up and was like, "What is going on with it?" And like laughed at me to my face. I'm a third grader. My teacher's laughing in my face for messing up a quiz, and I'm like, "Never again. Not doing this."
From here on out, I will be intelligent.
No, I was like, from here on out, I will not learn geography. If this is what it does to people, if this is how it makes people, I'm not gonna learn it. But yeah,
that's funny.
So now, sorry, back to Project Devil Eyes. That was the code name for the Bin Laden toy. The CIA acknowledged that it existed in 2014. Like, they came out and were like, yeah, we were working with Hasbro on developing a demonic Osama bin Laden toy.
That's so weird.
Yeah. So somebody told the Washington Post that hundreds of these had shipped to Pakistan. Like, we're not able to confirm that for sure. Prototype of the design was sold in an auction in 2014 for, guess how much? Guess how much a prototype of the Bin Laden face melting, the action figure of Bin Laden whose face melts and turns into a demon.
Prototype. I'm gonna say
prototype that sold in 2014 at auction.
1.3 million.
Okay, way too high. 11,879.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yep, another sold for $6,250. You got to keep in mind, hundreds of these were apparently possibly shipped. The remaining one of the three known prototypes is believed to just be in the ownership of the CIA. Yeah. That's all the main articles I really had to talk about. From
the people who brought you My Little Pony, Magic the Gathering, and the Devil Osama bin Laden toy.
Yeah, so if you go to see that Dungeons and Dragons movie, like
Yeah. They're also...
Yeah. To be fair, at this time, I don't think they own Magic the Gathering.
Did they not?
Not at the time.
Oh, because they didn't own Wizards yet.
Yeah, they didn't buy Wizards of the Coast until, I think, late 2000s. We play Magic the Gathering.
Once this podcast takes off, we'll just have our own Magic podcast.
One more article. It's not anything worth like diving into in depth. I just wanted to mention it. Maybe it's even better saved. I don't know. I don't think we can do Wikipedia as a social media page of the week.
It's not really social media.
Yeah, there's you can go find a list of navies of landlocked countries.
Okay, that's pretty funny.
Yeah, there's a Navy of Bolivia. I know was one of the ones I was looking at where it's like they're like, oh, they don't have access to the ocean, but they got rivers, so they have a navy. They had like 500 people.
It'll get there eventually.
Yeah. So yeah, those are some interesting things for this week. What was your favorite operation? Nuking the moon.
I think Nuking the Moon and Osama bin Laden demon toy was my favorite.
I really like the idea of flying tanks into battle. Like, could you imagine how intimidating? Just like, there's a plane. It keeps coming. It keeps coming.
I want to imagine a tank shooting a shot midair and it just like throwing it off course. Like, goosh, and it just takes
wasn't that in a movie? That was in a movie. Was that in the A-Team movie? What movie was it?
I don't know.
Yeah, it was the A-Team. Yeah, you can't fly a tank. That's the first thing that comes up. Yeah. Where they are literally falling through the sky and they're trying to land in a lake, so they start shooting the tank to direct it off course.
Huh.
So yeah. You could write the movie The A-Team.
I could have wrote the A-Team. I should be rich, but I'm not. So here's the video you can click. That is our other latest video. Feel free to click it right here.
Television set.
I will cover it.
Click on a television.
I will cover it with the video that we will put there.
Brandith, you can't click on. Watch.
click, 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 click.
Probably damaging that forever.
Probably.
Messed up your television set. Also, I realized that I'm like, hey, Randy, what are you doing? I'm pretty far away from the mic. But anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed. Bye-bye.
Bye.
See ya. Bye-bye.